It's so dangerous, all this blamelessness, and I feel like I lost all the good I've known. It's so dangerous, all this shamelessness, and I feel like I'm watching a tumor grow. I want to pitch you this theory of consciousness and reality, and I want you to tell me as a smart person what you think.
This is Larry. Listen, before we get started, I want you to download or just Google investment calculator and have it ready. You can use it on your computer or on your phone, but what you're about to see will be life-changing. So while you're getting that, just check this out. Hello, this is Larry Jones and welcome to Stock Up. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you what I believe is my most important video I've ever done and information that you really need to know in your children and your children's children, okay? I'm going to show you a short 30-second video, and then after that, we're going to have a talk. I'm going to show you as clear as day how to change your life and how to build financial wealth with the same job you have, making the same money. $1 Million Cup of Coffee. Here's a short story of two college students of the same age from different backgrounds. One kid grows up in a traditional home and is taught to put away $5 a day for the next 20 years into a savings account. The other kid grows up in a wealthy household and is taught to invest $5 a day for the next 20 years into a stock that grows by 35% annually. They meet up at their 20-year reunion. One has a savings account, but the other is a millionaire.
With Fundrise, the same kind of real estate investments that have powered the world's strongest portfolios for decades are now available to you. From properties generating income today to developments appreciating for tomorrow, the power of real estate investing is now in the palm of your hand. Join the community of over 150,000 investors who are building a better portfolio with Fundrise today.
Stop. Wait. So this guy right here on the screen made over $100,000 in one.
Okay, what we're going to talk about is called leveraging. It's what rich people teach their kids and what institutions do not teach our kids. I want to give you a few stats before we get started with the numbers. We're going to go right into the numbers. But just think about this. In the stock market, which trillions of dollars pass through, 75% of the stock market, 75% of the investments is by institution and not retail investors like you and I. So only 25% of all the investing of the trillions of dollars that go through the stock market is done by individuals like you and I. 75% of it is through institutions. Then check this out. 85% of that 25 are millionaires. 85% of the stock that are traded are by millionaires. So what is that telling you? 1% of America owns half of the wealth. Other countries follow suit. It's even worse in other countries. So what is that telling you? What I'm going to show you is how with the exact same money that you're making now or creating a side hustle, how you can get your way out of your situation and into financial freedom. As a matter of fact, let's just go right now. We're going to do this together. I just want to keep this as plain as simple. I hope you've downloaded this calculator called Investment Calculator, right? Let's do it together. So, starting amount, let's put in 0. You're starting with nothing. Okay? How many years? Let's do 20 years, right? Just work with me. Rate of return, let's put in 0.01. That represents what a bank pays you to keep your money. That's not counting inflation. So in a lot of ways, you actually lose money over time because the rate of inflation is more than what the bank is paying you to keep your money. So you're losing money by keeping it in the bank, right? So I'm not against banks. But then it says additional contribution, right? Contribution meaning yearly. I put in $18.25. The reason I put in $18.25, it's $5 a day.
Hey,
The price of a cup of coffee, $5 a day. That's why I titled this video, $1 Million of Coffee. This is showing you by just saving $5 a day, how much you can accumulate over a period of time. And I know, and when I show you this, what's happening with $5 a day, you're gonna get it. Then you're gonna start putting in $10 a day, $20 a day, or whatever. $5 a day, 365 days a year comes out to $18.25, right? So then let's hit done, and let's hit calculate. And at the bottom here, it shows you that in 10 years, you have $36,500. Yep. They've paid you a whopping $34.70 over 20 years, not counting inflation, right? So I just showed you a short clip on percentages that companies are literally have made over the last 10 and 20 years. The annual percentage rate that they are paying, that people are making. So this is what institutional training teaches your kids and my kids and you and I to do, right? But let's say you did the same $5 a day, $365 a year, 365 days a year, and you put it in a stock that gave you a return of about 35%. Watch what happens now. First of all, I want you to take a pen down and I want you to write down the number 36,500. All right? So all you have to do is take the same amount of money, starting with 0, 20 years, keep that all the same, just go to the percentage and put in 35%. Hit calculate. You're looking at that correctly. So now, instead of 36,500, now you're looking at $2,102,783. Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. It's called leveraging your money. I want you to take a minute and think about that. This is life-changing, people. And I know you're saying, but it's so simple. If it's this easy, why aren't people doing it? They are. You're just not doing it. I've been doing it. I'm teaching over 100,000 people on YouTube. I have over 100,000 followers, and we understand these principles, right? And so what we want to do is get the message out, get the word out. You should start this year off by starting $5 a day for yourself, your children, and your grandchildren. This is one of the most powerful messages you will ever hear. It is life-changing, and you don't want to be rich. You want to create generational wealth. All right? So what will happen is when you start to see this compounded interest just start going crazy and going crazy and going crazy, then what's going to happen is you're going to take the $18.25 a year. So now you and your wife will do it, or you and your girlfriend will do it, or you'll say, I'm going to save $10 a day, right? So you take that times 2, that's $36.50. You already got it. Let's go back to the calendar. Let's calculate it rather. And $36.50. Now let's get that calculated. You're looking at that correctly. It's $4,205,400. $567.43 at 35%. I want you to play with this number. I want you to continue to do some of you can afford $500 a month. Some of you can afford $1,000 a month. But as you can see, with just $5 a day, the price of a cup of coffee, you literally could change your life. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to make this grandiose video with all of these charts, but I want you guys to get this information, and I want you to get it in a timely fashion. For a cup of coffee, you can change your life, your children's lives, and your children's lives. People, this is real. Here's what I will tell you, and I dare you to go to my page and read it. I will tell you there's stock that I've made 50, 100, 200% on. I have a stock that I've made 300% on. And that's what people like myself, we do. I study stock all day and I have tripled my portfolio this year. And yes, I hear the naysayers saying, oh yes, we're in a bull market. We have to remain in a bull market. Let me tell you something about brokers right quick. Everybody have brokers in their life. You got real estate brokers, and you got bank brokers, you got stock brokers, you got neighborhood brokers. And sometimes the problem is when you're married to those neighborhood brokers, sometimes that neighborhood broker is your loved one, your relative. And you know what they do? They're broke and they want you broke. And so it is time to free your mind. There's a scripture in a good book that says the wealth of the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. But you have to position yourself to get the wealth. We are at the brink of new technology. Just like you saw in the video with Apple, there's new technology with electric vehicles, charging stations, renewable energy, 3D printing, biotech, 5G. There's so much new technology that's going to make 30, 40, 50% over the next 10 years. There is no reason why you cannot participate in this. And then if you say, hey, this is all my job is just like to pay my bill, then create a side hustle. DoorDash for 5 hours a week. DoorDash for 10 hours a month. You have it already there. That's $15. Uber. It doesn't matter. Babysit, tutor. But I can tell you this, my dad told me this, doing nothing is never the answer. 2020 was about COVID, and COVID was about the great uncovering. If you had a weak immune system, you uncovered that. If you were prejudiced, you uncovered that. If you didn't spend enough time with your loved ones and your family, it uncovered that. And then it helped us to see. And so now that we see, we want to do better. And what's going to blow your mind is the rich got richer during COVID. Some of you, millions of you lost your jobs, but the wealthy, that 1%, got even wealthier. It's time for us to get our piece of the pie. The reason I'm telling you this is it's not a fish, it's an ocean. And I'm making it my life's work right now to get this message out to as many people as possible. So what I want you to do, regardless of what media you're watching this on, join me on YouTube. Subscribe to my page. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shout out 2 more pages subscribe to. I want you to Google Stock Mo, M-O-E. Google his page and watch his page. Subscribe to it and hit that notification bell. There's another brother named Chris Sane, S-A-I-N, Sane. Chris Sane. Subscribe to his page because there is enough information out there to where you don't have to worry about what's a good stock. And then by all means, subscribe to Stock Up with Larry Jones, because I have a beginner's course for people that know nothing about investing. And what I'm going to leave you with is this. I have a young lady that I am tutoring. She started a page called Millennial Money Mindset with Nadia. And I am going to tutor her. I'm going to take her from not knowing stock at all, and I'm going to bring her into I'm going to help her and put her on the road to financial freedom. Okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to have your millennials go and subscribe to her page, and I want you to subscribe to her page. I am going to leave a link to her page in the description below. And if I can leave one here, I will. If you're watching this on Facebook, just Google Stock Up with Larry Jones and join over 100,000 of us making money. Okay? Change your life. I will tell you, this never really works. I want you to do like this cup there says. Put in numbers that you think that you would like to be able to put in, every month or every year. Just put those numbers in, and then I want you to think about this. For those of you that drink beverages, for those of you that go to Starbucks, every time you take a drink, I want you to know that for the price of that coffee, you could be wealthy. And that's why I call this cup $1 million cup of coffee. So if you're already on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We love you guys, and congratulations. You're on your way to financial freedom. Hashtag $1 million. Spread this message to everyone you know. We love you. We're praying over your finances. Live, love, laugh, and learn.
Hi, Sam Barker here from the Motley Fool. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting in front of this nondescript construction site. What could be so interesting about a huge hole in the ground with oblique scaffolding around it? Well, what's exciting isn't what's here now, but what this site is going to turn into. And I believe it's going to accelerate a trend that's 20 years in the making, and it could lead to a $6.5 trillion windfall when it's all said and done.
Now, if you haven't guessed yet, I'm standing in front of Amazon's long-awaited HQ2 project in Crystal City, Virginia, just up the street from Motley Fool headquarters here in Alexandria. The Seattle-based giant is seeing expansion so rapid, they needed to build an East Coast headquarters just to keep up with demand. And what we're seeing here really isn't a shock to savvy investors, because Amazon is at the center of a multi-trillion-dollar industry that has fundamentally changed the way the world runs. And that trend was no more evident than in 2020. Stuck inside, people relied on e-commerce and delivery to get groceries, send flowers and well wishes to loved ones, toys to keep kids entertained, and comfy clothes to relax in. I'm looking at you, sweats and yoga pants. But how can we quantify just how much of an impact 2020 had on e-commerce? Well, this chart I saw earlier might shed some light on this potential gold mine. This chart shows the impact of e-commerce over the last decade, and one thing in particular really jumped out at me. First, you can see that e-commerce grew 10 percentage points from 2009 to 2019, but then it grew another 10 percentage points in just 8 weeks. That's essentially 1 decade of growth in just 2 months. And while Amazon is the dominant player in this move to online shopping, they only make up a fraction of those sales. Now, we've been studying this trend for years here at the Motley Fool, pouring in capital.
What's up, good people? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I'm going to tell you right now that this is probably the
This is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby. But don't invest in the companies that you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, you're not gonna buy the dip, and then you're gonna sell low and be right back here crying to us, and we not having that. So if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in the index funds. Now let's get straight to the point. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. First banger on the list is a bonus, and usually I put the bonuses on the end of the video, but today I'm putting it on the beginning of the video. We gotta knock this one right out. Now, it's Obsiva, ticker symbol OBSV, and they're currently up 27% on the day, and in the last 10 days, they received a 3x or better Grand Slam price target. And the price targets are this. It's $5 on the low, $16 on the median. However, in the last 10 days, they received a price target of $28 from 5-star analyst Liana Musatos, representing Wed Bush. Now hit that Patreon link so you can be up on the place as early as we are, and hit that Webull link so you can stop thinking the stock market is closed at 6 p.m. You know what? We've been on this play since it was in January. So, since we've been in it for so long, I'm going to tell you this. I would not buy this play unless it dipped. I would only buy it on a dip. And if it doesn't dip, then you know what? There will always be another play. So now, let's talk about it. Do not rush into this one like a crash test dummy, driving into a wall without a plan. You need a plan of execution or else you will get burned. Now, who are they? They're a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company that works to innovate reproductive therapeutics for women. And on February 18th, this is where some of the gas is coming from. This is where the battery in the back, like the Energizer Bunny, is coming from for this stock. On February 18th, Yahoo Finance included them in an article titled 2 strong buy penny stocks that can rally 100%. And I always tell you, if you want to be a billionaire, you got to think like one. So what are the big dogs doing with their billions of dollars? This is what they're doing. According to Fintel.io, in the last few days, a couple companies are on file, 5 of them at minimum, for not being able to handle the heat and getting up out of the kitchen. However, around 20 large institutions loaded up on shares, including none other than JP Morgan and Chase buying in for the first time, and Morgan Stanley, they loaded up on shares, and they now have over 1.9 million shares of this company. And again, usually I would give you either strike prices, strike days, or strike to own strategies on how to buy this, but I want to hear what you got to say with what you've learned from me so far. So I'm not going to tell you how to buy this one, you tell me. So get in the comments, let me know. And next banger on the list, we talked about this one yesterday, but we're going to go into a little bit more on it. Now, it's X1, ticker symbol XONE. Now, this company, it's been flying under the radar for whatever reason. They're up 200% or more on the month. However, they dropped a little bit, and now it's up over 100% on the month still. And let's talk about it. This is a $900 million company, and they're a 3D printing company that has been the world's leader in additive metal 3D printing, and they beat their earnings expectations 4 times in a row at a minimum. And on top of all of that, ARK Invest, one of the best performing ETFs in recent years, has this as their largest holding out of 55 stocks in their 3D printing ETF. That's absolutely crazy. And you know what? The very next day, a few days after we found out about that, X1 announced that they received a $1.6 million contract to build a 3D printing factory in a shipping container. And you know what else? ARK Invest is on file again for loading up on February 16th on this stock. Now, let's see what the other big dogs are doing and notable names. So, for example, who are the top owners of this company? ARK Invest. It has the largest stake in this company at 12%. And Vanguard is the third, and they own 3.9% of this company. And BlackRock is the fourth, and they own 3.8% of this company. And you know what? If you go to their website, they have 2 categories of 3D printers. And you know what? One of them is straight up metal 3D printers, where they design an object on their software, and then you print it just straight out as a metal object. However, there's another one that I didn't even know about, and it's basically you print a mold out of a block. You print a block, and the block is sand, and it's hollow on the inside, but then you pour liquid metal into the mold, and then it forms whatever the 3D print is gonna be, and then you chisel it away, and then you have your metal 3D printed model. Now, I didn't know about that one. That's actually new to me. And on February 10th, they did a share offering. Selling 1.6 million shares at $54 a share, raising $90 million in cash, and they plan to use it for strategic investments and corporate purposes. Now, since the current price is well under that 54 share offering, then this is showing us a good sign of this being a buying opportunity. We don't have to worry about losing money due to them doing a share offering and then they drop the price by diluting shares. So now, 4 Wall Street analysts rated this one, and the consensus was it was a strong buy. And they said the low was going to be 13, the median was going to be 34, and the high is going to be 59. Keep in mind, this is a $10 stock not too long ago. Now, this stock was $64. They got up to $64. So they already showed us that they can get right back up there. So how would I play this one? I'm using strike price, aka if I see a price I like, I strike. And the first strike price, if I got $300, you already know how we do with this example. we're just gonna break it into thirds. You can pick any number, break it into thirds, and we're gonna put a third of that on the strike prices. The first strike price is between right now and 42, preferably 42. If it pulls back to 42, I'll put my first 100 on that, baby. Bow. And then if it pulls back to 39.99, I'm putting my next 100 on that. Bow, bow. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get the lowest average price I could possibly get before the takeoff. And then if it pulls all the way back to $30 a share, and it may never pull back to $30 a share, but you want to be prepared, not surprised, by having some cash on hand. What are the 5 P's? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Say it with me again. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You want to be prepared, not surprised. So if it pulls all the way back to $30, I'm putting my last 100 on that, and I'm riding this wave straight to the promised land, baby. I'll see you there. And then how long are we holding this one? We holding this one for 2 to 3 years. If you cannot hold this for 2 to 3 years, you are not willing to buy the dips, you should pass on this play. You know why? Because this is more of a long-term play, because we already know that it could get up to 64. We just gotta wait and hold on and just increase the position and buy the dips until it gets right back up there. But if you ain't willing to do that, skip on the play. There will always be another play. Next banger on the list is Atlas Crest Investment. Ticker symbol ACIC. So now, who are they? They're a special purpose acquisition company that is merging with the private company named Archer Aviation. And shout out to my good people on the Discord for this information that I'm about to tell you. The CEO, the two CEOs, Brett and Adams, they did an interview yesterday with JMac Investing, and they said this. They plan on disrupting the helicopter industry with an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle that they said has 3 main benefits. I want you to hear these benefits. The first benefit is this. The aircraft has a low cost to build and low cost to operate. This is the first one. Low cost to build and low cost to operate compared to traditional helicopters and airplanes. Number 2, their aircraft is significantly safer to operate due to having 12 electric motors and 6 independently ran battery packs. And you know what? If they lost a motor and a battery pack mid-flight, this would still be able to operate just fine. So now, you know what else? Whereas traditional helicopters, they have hundreds of critical functions that if one of them was to fail, then this could take the entire helicopter down. So now, and last but not least, the electric aircraft they designed is 100 times quieter than a traditional helicopter. So basically, the aircraft is cheaper to use and cheaper to operate and cheaper to make. It's safer to fly, and it's quieter, significantly quieter, 100 times quieter actually than traditional helicopters. And they want to expand into revolutionizing the way that people travel in cities, not just from city to city, even within the city. And they want to greatly reduce the amount of time that you and I and others spend in traffic. That's absolutely huge. And they also expect this to grow by trillions of dollars, this industry to grow by trillions of dollars in the next few decades. So now, if you go to their website, you'll see this. They say that they're the first ever commercially viable electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. And on February 16th, ARK Invest, one of the best performing ETFs, they're on file for purchasing over 300,000 shares of this company. And you know what? On the same day that they announced that, they got $1 billion order from United Airlines. $1 billion order from United Airlines. That's absolutely huge. But let's talk about their competitors, because you know what? You need to know who the competitors are if you're going to invest in the company. One of their top competitors is called Joby Aviation, who is rumored to be going public through a merger with the SPAC called Reinvent Technology Partners. Now, Joby Aviation received a $75 million investment from Uber to work on flying taxi services, and they're being backed by Toyota in an effort to bring flying cars to reality. Now, I told you, if you want to be a billionaire, you got to think like one, right? So according to Fintel.io, and at least 20 large institutions are on file in the last few days alone for loading up on this stock, and not a single one of them, or actually every single one of them, was for the first time. Not a single one of them sold out. So now, including JP Morgan and Chase, who was on file as recently as Friday, aka yesterday, and you know what? They purchased 400,000 shares of this company. How are we playing this one? Strike price, aka if I see a price I like, I strike. So if I see the prices, that's what I'm gonna buy it at. So the first one, if I got $300, for example, we just breaking it into thirds. The first one is this. If I see it between right now, but $16, I see it hit $16 flat, I'm putting my first 100 on that. Bow. And then if I see it pull back more to $15.80, I'm putting my next 100 on that. Bow, bow, bow. And then if I see it pull back even more to $14 flat, I'm putting my next 100 on that. Bow, bow, bow. and then I'm riding this wave straight to the promised land, baby. I'll see you there. And you know what? This one, when are we exiting this one? This one is more of an investment. It's not really a trade. It's not like a get in and a get out. You got to get in and allow this industry to sort of build itself up. That's how you play this one. So if you're not willing to buy the dips, you're not willing to...
Meet Chris and Mark. They've both heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum. But while Chris is using eToro to trade top cryptocurrencies, Mark keeps getting cold feet. Chris uses eToro's simple and intuitive platform to build his own crypto portfolio. And Mark is still waiting for a sign. Chris follows and connects with other experienced traders on eToro. Mark is following the advice of Eugene, a friend who prefers to keep his money where he can see it. Chris uses eToro's copy trader to automatically replicate the portfolios of leading traders in real time, while Mark is still searching for answers. Do you feel like it, Mark? Join eToro and gain the confidence you need to trade crypto. eToro. Sign up for free.
Time and time again, the mainstream press has been dead wrong when it comes to the stock market. From the dot-com blow-up to the financial crisis.
Keep on buying the dips. If it keeps dipping, then this one is not for you. This one ain't gonna just pop overnight. It very well could, but this is not why you invest into something like this. This is a long-term hold. So now, next banger on the list, you know what? We're gonna skip the next banger on the list and go straight to the comment of the day. And the comment of the day is this. Keenan. Well, actually, I'll tell you what it is. It's Palantir Technologies. It's Palantir. So they are really down. They really down. So it might be time to scoop some of them up and ride the wave back up. But we'll talk about that another time. So now, comment of the day. Keenan, thank you for saying that about us banding together against the scammers. My dad was 85 and he lost $100,000 to a scammer. And when I came to visit, they were still calling him. And I wish I had known before. You know what, everybody? Report the scammers and just press report.
Got a little carried there. Thing is, we got to figure out how to maximize the amount of gold that we get and experience from minions. I'm gonna go start some rice real quick. I'll be back.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
I think here we either max W first, or we just go with the E push again. Probably just gonna go with the E push. Timo will poke us if we can get the first couple, like the first level 2. We might be able to all in him. He does have Ignite though.
Lost and forgotten.
Missing.
First blood.
Bamboo guy.
Slain. An ally has been slain.
I should have, I don't know if I didn't have grass, but I probably could have used another biscuit and lived there. For being 100% honest with yourselves. Yeah, Bolt. I think a dive might be a little bit too risky there, but we definitely could have probably killed people. I assume. We don't have eyes on Jack, so I'm just gonna back for now. Let him come over here. I don't have any need to be out there yet. I'm just watching bot lane for now. This for drag. I don't know if us helping shut Maine down really helps us later or not. That's a big question.
Left to die.
I know he's right. Solo PE? Oh,
Shut
God.
down.
Pantheon ult? Had been a Pantheon ult. While he was strong down these 2 ADCs. I don't think we can save him. I guess we might just push this out. We got the wave clear, so I'm pretty sure we'll just shove in until like that. I don't know if we win an all-in with him. With
Your
Ignite.
team has destroyed a turret.
Left to die.
Gets a couple kills under his belt. Jax could be up here as well. How did that? They had the flash, so maybe there was some of this possible mid-fight. I guess I should have just bought it.
Turret plating will soon fall.
I don't see any real need for we're still doing okay on the map. Even if Teemo wins this turret, our team's doing good.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
With my ult, we should be able to peel me and Nivea anyway. Not at the moment anyway, we can keep getting this turret down. Someone hit it.
Slain.
Push. You have TP. I still don't know if we win this. We can wait for her. If I had any guess, I would say Teemo destroys her.
An enemy has been slain.
You are in the deep end now.
Your team has destroyed a turret. been slain.
3 there. Can't do seemed like an easy dive at the time. Twas not. Push bot lane. Teemo is out farming us quite a bit though. He has a lot of XP going. Aggressive all in on my part. This guy's a pushing.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Rampage.
We can help him mid, but we give top team.
down.
Do you hear them calling?
That's how you instant. Just right there for sure. Might be able to kill Timo though. Could be beneficial to us. I still have 20 right now. They can try to make a play mid.
Ally has been slain.
Man, just came bot lane. Possible they collapse on me here? Yep.
An
Pantheon's
enemy
way
has
faster.
been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, it's moving, so he's able to pick them from there.
The time ends.
Your turret has been enemy triple kill.
She hit it.
Ace.
Timo's doing a lot of damage. I guess I should press the attack.
Your turret has been
That's
destroyed.
extra. His Timo's way too strong.
Your turret has been destroyed.
can do for the Teemo at the moment. But if we win this one,
An ally has been slain. Is unstoppable. Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
we should try the Thresh build and this bot lane.
Down. Dominating.
The endless march.
An enemy is godlike. Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
back in it, boys.
An enemy has been slain. Your inhibitor is respawning soon. Killing spree.
No way, he's still there, right? Too many back there, we can push it. My view. Got a lot of levels on it. Gives us more control over that Baron.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
That feels like a throw. Seems like a risky play.
Echoes from the deep. The tide ebbs.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon. Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
time to get some sleep.